lot of observation down there. That's why we have raised such a questions, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, for now, I don't want to comment on it because I was not invited, and I don't have any other communication apart from just hearing from the chair here. If you can give me time so that I can go and talk to her, because I wanted people from Trans Nzoia County, because of this pandemic, we are the ones facing a lot of problems because they're just dishing out food without even the local leaders being involved. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But with questions, yes, the questions will be responded to before the committees.
Yes.
You can only come to say that you have not been called, in which case our obligation is to encourage the chairpersons to invite you. This request for statement, I think it's only fair that such a lengthy and detailed statement should be shared. You cannot be able to interrogate it on the basis of just listening to it being read and then. So, Honorable Sabina Chege, when you have this kind of request, share with the member in whichever method. Honorable Sankok, 001. You also wanted to comment on this? Ah, okay. I'm told that the Honorable Koinange also you have some responses.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, first of all, I want to assure you that with Honorable Oula and Honorable Olemetito, we'll sit together and address the issue of the Coast Guard in the Lake region. And also, Honorable Speaker, I'll speak to the Honorable Member regarding the prison to see the way forward. Honorable Speaker, I have two statements which I wish to make, if you allow me, Honorable Speaker, and they are both very short, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, proceed.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, the first statement is a request by Honorable Aden Duale, Member of Parliament for Garissa Township. He has sought for a statement on registration of persons in Garissa and Wajir counties. He particularly sought to be informed on, one, when will the youth be issued with ID cards? Second, timelines for the implementation of presidential directives on registration of persons in the affected areas. And thirdly, Honorable Speaker, what did the task force do after the verification was completed? Honorable Speaker, I wish to state that in the 1990s, some residents of Wajir Garissa counties were registered as refugees in Ifo and Dadaab refugee camps. Their fingerprints were therefore captured in the refugee database, which has made it very difficult for them to was launched on November 8, 2019, and verification commenced immediately. Honorable Speaker, the vetting teams at the sub-county level handled a total of 19,272 applicants, which 4,702 in Wajir County and 14,480 in Garissa County. As stipulated in the guidelines, after the initial identification, the application forms need to be verified by the county security and intelligence committees. Honorable Speaker, however, the exercise was slowed down by the COVID-19 pandemic. Once exercise is completed, the eligible youth will be issued with identity cards. Honorable Speaker, I want to state that I was on the ground in Dadaab with my committee when we went for the refugee bill. And I did promise the elders, the opinion shapers in that area of Garissa that once everything is in place, these things will be concluded. So again, I want to assure even Aden Duale that this matter will be concluded once this vetting process has been done. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Duale.
Mr. Speaker, as you said earlier, this is the problem of a presidential system of government. You know, now Honorable Koinange is just a colleague like me. I wish the substantive minister was sitting here, Mr. Speaker, and grill him, you know. Because, Mr. Speaker, I totally agree with what the chairman have said. These are 19,272 Kenyans who are stateless in courts, Mr. Speaker, because they cannot access, I said, education, they cannot access employment, they cannot even move from Garissa to Migori or to Nakuru because they are stateless, they have no documents. And Mr. Speaker, verification was done at the point of when the chiefs, the way we do the normal ID card registration is done across the country, because there is the presence of the what they call the DOs, they have somebody from the intelligence, somebody from the DCI office, elders who verify who coming from that location. So all this was done, and now it looks like the only reason is because of COVID. And this has become a reason that is used everywhere now. Even the chair of CDF, Mr. Speaker, needs to tell this House, is it because of COVID that CDF resources are not being channeled to constituencies? Maybe that's what he'll be told, you know, when he goes to the National Treasury, that there's no CDF money because of COVID. So, Mr. Speaker, I will wait, but because the Committee on Implementation, now it has left Honorable Koinange, the Committee of Implementation is responsible for scrutinizing the resolution of the House, including adopted committee reports, including statements submitted like this one. So once and I pray, and I'll pray always that this COVID curve comes down, so that never again will the over 19,000 Kenyans who are stateless can get their state as citizens of this country. So, Mr. Speaker, I really want to ask Honorable Koinange, because he has been to the areas particularly and met those parents and those youth, that also to make a definite responsibility as the chair to follow up with the Ministry of Interior and also the Director General of Registration of Persons, so that these Kenyans can get. But I will follow up also maybe before the end of our session this year, so that we can, the chairman of implementation can follow up whether this thing has been implemented. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, you see, now, Honorable Sankok, that one, he said, I hope you are something on this, not for purpose of something called Mzalendo.
Honorable Speaker, the answer from Honorable Koinange is my good friend, but it's not satisfactory, Honorable Speaker. When he says that these people are registered with a refugee camp, how did Kenya allow them to register in the refugee camp? Because it is only in Kenya where the pregnancy take place, impregnated by a Kenyan, given birth in Kenya, a person given birth in Kenya, assisted by a Kenyan registered. The child is taken to the Kenya postnatal clinic, go through schooling in Kenya, and then after attaining the age of 18, is subjected to verification whether this person is a Kenyan. Surely, from the time of being given birth to the time is being verified. Honorable Speaker, we need to give our Kenyan citizen, just like any other person from any other part of this country, from northern Kenya, proper documentation and on time and timely. But the issue of being registered to become refugees, they should have been denied the opportunity of becoming refugees because they were known to be Kenyans, because they were given birth in Kenyan hospitals. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You got it absolutely wrong. Because had you first of all listened to the request by the Honorable Duale, then you would have been in a position to understand. You see, I think, and that's why I said, you know, sometimes some of these comments are from Muzalendo. You know, it is here has no, it doesn't help the country. And you know, the Honorable Dwele is